full disclosure, asked for the bill, and they put a comment on the house, which is great. Very, very kind. Full disclosure, he said this is on us because we're filming. The owner, full disclosure, comped the bill for us. Full disclosure, that meal was gifted to us. And time for a score on the steak. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. Full disclosure, people, they comped the bill for us. I want to make that perfectly clear. They phoned their boss and he's comped the meal. Just wanted to let you know that. We've not paid for this. This is on the house, which obviously is going to taste loads better.
Of course. Doesn't it always?
Yeah.
Now, I prefer my food reviews to be done without favors from the business. But at least this guy understands the importance of transparency. He very clearly understands the issue and knows how wrong it would be to hide such relevant information from his view.
Let's clear this up right now. We have and never will accept money for a score ever.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's not the issue, though. Even the people doing those snack box ads that they present as a review aren't being paid specifically to give the pretzels 4 and the chocolate 5.
Yes, you can book us in to visit a venue, but everything that happens after that point is off the table. What to think, what to order, what to say, what to score it is completely and utterly down to us.
And, they give you money, yeah?
When we're travelling on our bigger trips, whether it be Scotland, overseas, Ireland, or in this case, Cornwall, we sometimes will reach out to businesses in that area who might have seen our content or previously inquired to see if they want to work with us to supplement our trip, cover costs, and get featured.
So they're giving you money explicitly for the purpose of getting featured in the media you publish. I call that an ad. And if they didn't directly give you that money, it's possible it would fall under the more technical term, incentivized review. Either way, if you're not disclosing that to your audience.
That's wrong. That's naughty. That is very, you're naughty.
In fact, some new rules regarding this came into effect just last month under the Digital Markets Competition and Consumers Act. You might want to look into it. Not sure how likely it is that anything will come of all of this, but you know you may have put those businesses on the hook too, right?
You guys have requested it, so moving forward, when something is gifted or we're invited to a premises, we will be completely transparent about it now.
Oh, because the community wants it, not because it's the law and blatantly unethical to do otherwise. So what's the damage, Food Review Club? How much have you been screwing your viewers? How many undisclosed ads or concealed incentivized reviews are we talking about here? In his own words,
90% of the videos you've ever seen from us are completely organic, off the cuff, turn up, pay, order and review. I can't watch 7 years worth of work, 5,000 reviews get washed down the pan.
Quick maths. What's 10% of 5,000? Our guy here just ballparked 500 booked reviews. Who knows if it's accurate? I suspect he didn't really think about that one. And that's sad, because he used to be able to think. The other big food channels are wasting their breath trying to talk sense into him. Here's Gary Eats with a perfectly valid point about one of the problems with what this guy's been doing.
You're also going in there and you're getting the food free. You're going to get the top brick off the chimney. There's no doubts about that. They're going to turn around and say, well, I've given you £500, £1,000, £1,500, what have you. I've got to make sure the food's really, really good. Can he ensure that every time customers go there, the quality of that food is going to be exactly the same for them?
Well, you can't guarantee that anyway, but you know what he means. Has he had a representative experience? And Food Review Club absolutely understands this issue.
What else do you want me to say? I've not been paid to come here. I didn't know I was coming until an hour before. I just messaged them off my own back. None of this is prepped, none of this is planned. This is food exactly what you'd be getting if you come in and bought it yourself.
The more of his old videos I look through, the sadder it gets. He didn't just understand all this. Not being like he is now was part of his brand.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I actually believe this is what the page is all about. No, we haven't been paid to come here. Did we message you on the way here saying, are you open? Yeah. That's how it rolls.
And that video was sponsored, but it was sponsored by something that had nothing to do with the food. A reselling marketplace. He's fully aware of all the avenues you can go down to cover costs and still make a bag ethically. And we also know he understands something else as well. Gary Eats made a suggestion to him.
I just think if you're going to pay or get paid or take discount, you tell everyone at the beginning of that video and you put it up there. Paid promotion. You tell YouTube, because that's the right thing.
And if he doesn't care about doing the right thing, he should probably consider that it is part of the rules of the platform he could get whacked for. But, again, He already knows. He uses this, and I have seen enough of him now that anytime he's chosen to conceal these incentivized reviews, it's not a mistake. He didn't not know, he chose to. I can't read his mind, but I would be a sucker to assume otherwise at this point. Now, a couple other things. Multiple people have talked about the unfairness to businesses, talking about the economic climate, focusing on their possible desperation. But I can't help myself from thinking of a worse angle on that. Put yourself in the shoes of a small business owner. A guy offers to come and review you if you give him a sum of money to facilitate it. Really put yourself in his shoes and think about this. If I say no, if I turn him down, he can still review me. Maybe it'll be later, maybe much later. But now you have a history with this guy where he wanted you to facilitate his content, and you said no. This whole thing is a nightmare pie. No matter how you slice it, it's screwed up, and in more ways than most people are talking about. But let's end on a lighter note then. Law, ethics, YouTube terms of service. And this is what I think really matters. Food Review Club's content is now just a burning pile of trash. Not because it's shot badly or anything, not because he's not a competent host, not even because I don't feel I can trust his reviews as a consumer, but simply as someone who likes watching food videos on YouTube. The spell is broken. I can't vicariously experience these things through you anymore, no matter how well you present or communicate the experience, because I will always wonder, what little nudges, what little pokes and prods of undue bias are at play here? Forget your integrity as a critic, the vibe is totally ruined now. And there are just too many food tubers, big and small, who don't pull any of this shit for me to ever need to click on one of your videos again. Plus, I've always liked Fat Andy better anyway.
Hi all, Fat Andy here. Right, I'm gonna go get a crusty French stick with sausage and bacon in from a place called Tracy's Paps.